okay, the Game Awards are coming up. The rumors and all the hype is surrounding Mortal Kombat 12 and not Injustice 3. And the success of Mortal Kombat 11 was one of the best sellers of all time for Mortal Kombat. And the way they implemented characters is more like DLC. We haven't had a versus fighting game for quite some time. Are they done? And I love versus fighting games. Some of my favorite fighting games of all time. And, we never got the Namco version. They were supposed to do the Namco version.
I would take even a sequel to this.
I wish Street Fighter 5.
No, it's just Street Fighter versus Tekken back in 2012.
This is the Street Fighter. This is the Street Fighter 4 development group. Oh,
You know what the problem with fighting games is? They want to nickel and dime you for freaking everything. It's like
I just buy the Ultimate Edition so I get everything.
But isn't that what they've always done?
But the base games,
how many versions of Street Fighter 2 are there? To Jason's point, Jason is actually the one who brought this to my attention.
How many times do you rebuy Street Fighter 2?
How many versions of Street Fighter 2 were there?
Okay, but my point is, like, when you bought a version of Street Fighter 2, you got the full roster. You got
no, that's not true.
You got base Street Fighter 2. Then you bought Champion for new characters.
Because the next version, Cyrus, the villains,
I have
Bison and all that shit.
Okay, whatever.
Oh, go ahead.
Am I wrong?
I'm sorry.
Well, what I'm saying is, you buy a game and you had however many characters are in the game. Not you get 4 characters, and now you gotta. I gotta put out another 99 cents to get another character. I gotta put another 99 cents to get another character.
Right, that's what they're doing now. But what I'm saying is that's what they've always been doing. They've always done that.
It's just in a different way.
I think it's actually better now.
So Cyrus, I thought the same thing you did because I had my first Street Fighter game was on the Genesis was the New Challengers one. But that wasn't the first Street Fighter 2 on the Sega and Super Nintendo. So you had the original, then you had Turbo. They were all essentially the same game. They just kept adding. It was like 90s DLC.
Yeah.
So
you had to buy the whole game over again for the season passes.
I get both points. I think to a degree, Street Fighter especially has always been doing it.
And here's my thing to say about
here's
it.
The thing, like Virtual Fighter doesn't do this. Soul Calibur, well, they kind of do it now.
Street Fighter is the biggest one. I'm sorry, it is.
But Tekken, I don't think does it. I don't think Tekken.
Yeah, it does. Tekken does. Okay. Tekken had 3 seasons. I bought all of them on a flash sale for 10 each. Got 3 seasons.
Yeah, usually when they get these seasons go on sale, if you wait.
Wait on a flash sale and get the Ultimate Edition for like $50 or something.
And the base games are really cheap.
It's sad. I bought the Ultimate Edition of Street Fighter 5, and still there's characters that came out after that you still had to buy.
Oh yeah, that's Capcom, dude. That's their fucker.
But that's again. But to their point, to my point, that's what they've always done.
But
Capcom's done it forever.
But do you think the dedicated versus games are done though?
Dedicated versus games?
Probably. You mean the crossover?
Like Marvel versus Capcom, like Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
No, that's rumored to come back. I'm hearing that's a 4th one's in the works.
I kind of think.
I think it'll be.
What's your favorite versus games of all time?
Marvel vs. Capcom 2, hands down.
I like Tekken versus. No, that's Tekken Tag. Never mind. Probably SNK versus versus Capcom 2.
My favorite's the first one because I like the animated backgrounds instead of the CG.
Actually, I take that back. X-Men versus Street Fighter. That's my favorite of all time. That's a great game on the Saturn too.
It's all right.
Mine's probably Marvel vs. Capcom on the Saturn. I love that game, but I would agree with Cyrus because it is annoying that they don't allow you to unlock these characters. Like, I mean, it's literally just a cash cow. Like, that's why I never got into Street Fighter 5. It was exactly because of that shit. I was gonna buy it, and they're like, "Oh, you only get like 5-6 characters." I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
You could earn your
but
when Street Fighter 5 came out.
Yeah,
I played Street Fighter 5
yes, I did.
Out of it, and I only earned a Kuma. Like, it's all I
it takes forever, dude.
It's literally like all those mobile games.
Earn a lot of points.
Man, you can unlock all this shit, or you can pay for it. But if you try to unlock it. It would take you 12 years to unlock.
Let me ask you this way: do you think it's more likely in the future that we get a versus game or DLC characters like Smash Brothers or Mortal Kombat 11.
It's always going to be DLC.
It's always
going to be
that's
DLC,
what's going to happen.
Season pass is the norm, dude.
Because they make less money doing a dedicated versus game anymore.
Absolutely.
I hope we get another Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Actually, I played it today. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite's a really good game. Some of the characters look a little funky in the face, but that the design was like a little off. But other than that, it's a really good fighting game.
I really wish Microsoft would give a fuck about gaming and pay extra for Nether Realms to make a Mortal Kombat versus Killer Instinct. That's something I've always wanted back in the day. They have the money.
Speaking of arcade games, Killer Instinct was that shit too back in the day.
Back in the day.
Microsoft. That's another
Killer Instinct was that
that's another IP Microsoft is just letting die is fucking Killer Instinct.
Oh, they let it die. They never made a new season. They never made a sequel. They're like, nah, we're done.
You mean this? Yeah, I've always wanted that too. Killer Combat. That would be the best. That would be one of the amazing crossovers ever. I love Killer Instinct.
It would work. It would work, and they can have Nether Realms do it, but Microsoft won't pay them that extra.
This is a good game to play if you have ever played it though. It got a lot of backlash too.
This was on 360.
360
yes,
and
360
PS3.
and PS3.
I'll have to buy it.
It's very affordable. At the time, the controversy surrounding it was the way they did the DLC too. This is the one.
Mega Man's playable. The fat, ugly box art Mega Man is a playable character.
You know what did this game in and probably got the real reason that Tekken or Namco didn't complete? Because usually when Capcom did a versus, they let the other company do their own version. This was such a controversial game, although it's very good because it was one of the first games that actually had the characters on the disc instead of downloading it. And you had to pay for DLC characters, but they were actually already on the disc. They debugged the PC version, and they're like, they're in the main game already. You don't
Is it on Steam?
it.
I'm sure it's on Steam.
But this is a great game. Cyrus, have you played this game?
Is it on Steam? Cyrus,
which one is this? Street Fighter versus Tekken, or what is this?
Yeah, Street Fighter versus
Tekken versus Street Fighter.
This is the Capcom team that made Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, I have it on my PS3.
I was like, don't know if y'all.
I liked
BMG.
it.
BMG is a fucking monster.
If anyone has a Vita, that's the game to get because it has all the DLC characters unlocked already.
Is it Tekken versus Street Fighter or Street Fighter versus Tekken?
Street Fighter versus Tekken. Street Fighter versus Tekken or Street Fighter X Tekken.
Well, what's your top 3 versus games? Mine actually would be right now. I'm switching to
not on Steam.
I'm switching to, even though I don't like the game modes, I think Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is up there.
That's a good game, dude. I have the complete edition.
Capcom versus SNK 1.
Here it is, Street Fighter X Tekken.
And I would also say, I think this one is one of the most unique versus games out there. Tekken versus Street Fighter. Because I've never seen the Tekken characters like that before. It probably never happened again. It's just so unique. And there's so many characters in that game. I think I bought the DLC back in the day, though, on my PS3. So I don't know how much is in the base game. Probably on PC, it'd be easiest to get it. I don't know if you can even get the DLC on 360 or.
Oh, I'm sure you can, dude. Through emulation, someone probably.
Through emulation would probably be best. But if you bought the retail version connected to the store, I don't even know if you can get those DLC characters anymore.
I wish they would remaster that and relaunch it on these new consoles instead of letting that game die.
Cyrus, do you have
a great one?
Top 3 versus?
Oh man, I can't even think of. Yeah, it's SNK versus Capcom. That one was really cool.
Yeah, that's one of mine too.
Marvel versus Capcom. That one.
Yeah.
The first one or second?
The first one. I like.
Yeah, the second one's music's trash.
Yeah, well,
I don't like better music.
I don't really like all the 3D backgrounds and stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I've heard that debate a lot. Like, some people really like the first one more than the second one. To me,
I like the music more, but the gameplay
X-Men versus Street Fighter was pretty cool too. X-Men versus Street Fighter.
Yeah, that one was good.
John,
What was the one on the Dreamcast? That was the one I played all the time. But I'll be honest with you. So besides the one on the Saturn, there's one on the Dreamcast too. That's a versus one. But I never really got into the versus ones too much because I was always more of like a standalone type guy. Like back in the day, like if I wanted to play Virtual Fighter, I played Virtual Fighter. If I wanted to play Tekken, I played Tekken because the thing with me, like those were always like Tekken and Virtual Fighter are two completely different fighting styles than say those and Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. So for me, the versus games, I don't know. I couldn't get into them. I'm real curious about the Street Fighter versus Tekken though, because that's two like completely different fighting styles.
Right. Yeah,
so it's probably just going to be like Tekken characters playing like Street Fighter fighters.
It's not exactly what it's
not
like.
The same because
in the new Tekken, they have Akuma and he just wrecks. I'm just saying.
Akuma plays. They did it proper. He's a Street Fighter character that plays well in Tekken, but still has the Street Fighter.
The whole idea behind Tekken was to be able to move around and move like not only forward and back, but like forward and backwards in the screen. So you could like. Good. So you could like sidestep up in Tekken and like grab your opponent, or it was just it's so much different.
You know what I always wanted to see was Battle Arena Toshinden like that versus Virtua Fighter. Like
there is a game Virtua Fighter crossover that's almost Dead or Alive 5 last round has 4 Virtua Fighter characters. So it's cool to see them there. It's not really a versus game technically, but if they had a couple more characters, there's 4 Virtual Fighter characters and all the ones you want, like Jackie.
You know what was a fun one-on-one fighting game that wasn't really a one-on-one fighting game? You remember the original Double Dragon on NES?
Yes, the versus mode.
Yeah. You just take off running and slam into the walls and shit.
Yeah, it's basically a 1v1 beat 'em up. You're playing a beat 'em up game, but it's just you versus the enemy. That was fun.
Yeah,
and the music's awesome.
I love versus fighting games. I think that I guess we'll end that part of the conversation. But I'm sad to see them go. But I do really like. That's the reason. One of the reasons I like Mortal Kombat 11 so much is the characters that come in. There's a good group of them.
Oh, dude. Well, I'm sorry, Max. I was just thinking. Do y'all remember that Ninja Turtles fighting game on Super Nintendo?
That's a good game.
Oh, not the tournament fighters.
Yeah, not the Genesis. The Genesis one was not as good.
Genesis one's trash, dude. It's Super NES all the way.
It is.
Look, John. Let's not. I'm not saying nothing bad about Genesis. I'm just saying that particular version.
We're just talking about a bad port. That's not the Genesis fault. That's the devs.
Wouldn't you love to have seen that continue? Like more of that, like tournament fight, like Ninja Turtles.
On Injustice 2. Injustice 2, you got the turtles in there as DLC.
I like the way the SNES version plays better than the Turtles in Injustice 2, though. They feel much better.
Yeah, I just like the style of it. That it was really cool. It was cool.
I felt
Fighters Mega Mix, John. Do you play Fighters Mega Mix?
I never had that one. No.
Oh, that you need to get that for the Saturn.
Oh yeah,
I have to download it.
That's a greatest hits fighter for Sega characters.
It's
You'd
like
it.
It's like the best of all those like.
It's like
Fighting Vipers and
Virtua Fighter and Sonic, Daytona car. You beat up people with your tires.
You would like it, John. I mean, I don't know if you'd like it because it is kind of floaty, but
Giga Bash is almost like a versus with the Godzilla characters. There's 4 Godzilla characters in Giga Bash.
I don't think it's catching on over here. Max,
he's gonna be trying.
Yeah, I give you credit.
I'll wait first. I'll put it on my wish list so I get a reminder when it sales.
It's on sale right now.
You're not gonna buy it.
This is the cheapest it's ever been. It's $26. I checked.
$26.
Okay. Well, that's all I had about versus games. I love them. They're my favorites.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Hands down, the best versus game ever. Fight me. Do it right now.
That's in my top 3 list.
Capcom 2 is the best versus game that ever existed. tell me I'm wrong. How many characters were on Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
It's a lot
How
of
many?
characters. Yeah.
There's like 48, 50. There's a lot, dude.